Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Nikki here and I cannot believe another 3 months has already flown by and it's time to do my quarterly flip through of my spreads in my Hobonichi weeks. I currently have a little Halloween themed cover that I made on some cardstock that I have slipped in to my cover on cover. That's one of the reasons why I love having a cover on cover on it, so that I can seasonally change this up. But let's have a quick look at what my spreads looked like for the last 3 months, keeping in mind most of that time was winter. So a lot of them are sort of, a little bit darker, not so pretty. But for example, this one here, this was a kit I bought in a D-stash a long time ago. I love it because it's all moony and it's got beautiful hollow. I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up, but it's got beautiful hollow. And I've been having a bit of a clean out. So the kits that I had, I've been trying to use up because I did a video a little while ago to show you the new planner I will be using for next year, not a week's. So of course these kits I could use, but I won't be using because I have a whole different thing planned for next year. I want to do things a little bit differently. So quite a few of my spreads are kits. Of course, this one is not. I got this washi pack from Kmart and I thought these colours were sort of perfect for winter. And then I just dug out a few things that had the right tones in it. Very simple spread. Just trying sometimes, because it's been so busy, just to do things very easily. But I did love this washi tape and I love those colours for winter. And then, of course, I found these two in my stash and I thought they were a nice match too. So trying to use things up, not buying more things, is the goal for the rest of this year. Now, these are just some stickers that I got from AliExpress. They're on clear paper, which is great. They do look really nice in the weeks. And then I've just put a little bit of washi tape down in behind here. Again, very simple, no flowers, just leaves, because it is winter time. And I actually love this spread. That's a lot closer to the style of thing I'm thinking of sort of having a go at next year. Then I went a little colour crazy with this one because I went to the first ball in forever. It's been so long since I've been to a ball, and it was for our dance school. My daughter owns 2 dance clubs, and so we had a 5th anniversary ball, which should have been before, but of course, thanks to COVID, it all got cancelled, but we finally had it. So the club colours are pink and blue. I didn't really have anything dark blue to go with this, but I put down some celebratory type things to go with that week's spread. Then the next one, this is again a kit. I think this was from Hazel Rose Creative that I have had in my stash for ages. Perfect colours for winter, so I did use that. And even though there was, I think, 7 of these little boxes, I just used 3 of them and then put the little things to do. I didn't even fill out next week, but that doesn't surprise me. I don't often do the next week thing. I prefer to use sticky notes and stick it down on the appropriate date before I actually write it in my planner. So, but again, very, very wintry. Thought the colours were perfect for that. Again, we're just using up things. I had these 2 full boxes left on a sheet. I had used the other 6. It was a sheet of 8. Good maths, there we go. Yes, sorry about that. And I just wanted to use that sheet up so that I could throw it in the bin. So I just went with the pink and the pale blue. I had these 2 stickers in my stash as well. And then, of course, just a couple of little tiny deco pieces. Didn't even bother to put washi down here. which is most unusual for me, but that's okay. It's one of the things I don't like about the Hobonichi is all of this stuff here. I would be so much happier if that didn't exist. I don't like having to put washi down to cover it, but that's often why I do put the washi there. And then I end up with this planner that's sort of wonky because I always use washi down the bottom, but not necessarily up the top. And I am looking forward to next year not having to sort of try and cover this up, but having a beautiful, clean looking spread instead. But I thought that turned out quite cute, and it was ridiculously simple trying to use my stash up. This was another kit I'd had for a couple of years that I bought off a D-Stash page. I can't even remember which shop this was from. I know it was from America, and it does have the most amazing gold foiling on it. And probably the colours are more autumnal, but I, again, wanted to use it up, so I popped it down here, and I did enjoy all that lovely gold foiling. I think I said hollow, I meant foiling, because the foiling on this is really beautiful and it's a lovely rich gold. So more than happy with that spread there. Again, that was another kit, gone and dusted. Then there was a little thing going in, I think, the Aussie Planner group, and I saw it for 1 week and I think it was flowers. So I just grabbed these and I put all this down the middle and then put some more flowers there. Don't know if I really love this spread, but I haven't seen it for a while, and now I think it probably doesn't look too bad. Except, of course, this pink washi didn't do any sort of covering at all of these bits, but that's okay. But look, it was something different, and I think this washi came on a roll from Kmart, and you peel off the different bits, and it is very pretty, but probably would not have normally done a spread like that in August, because it's definitely not spring, it's still August. Again, we're using a kit. I think this was another one I bought off a D-Stash page. It does have beautiful rose gold foil, a couple of little missed bits, but honestly, I'm not too fussy about that. And then I had another sheet which had all these cute little icons that had rose gold foil. Probably really, oh yes, if I just move it, you might be able to see it. So we definitely did the full-on rose gold that week. Again, very simple spread, just using up things I have. But I do find this works well for me. I like that. Another kit, again, a little bit spring-like, but technically we have moved from August into September. I know officially in Australia it is spring on the 1st of September, but of course the weather usually doesn't quite agree. It does take a few weeks to warm up here, even in Queensland. Once it starts, that's it. We only get spring for a few weeks usually, and bam, it's hot. So I think I was sort of tempting the weather to try and, stay better. Unfortunately, it wasn't a good week. My father started his downward slide, unfortunately, so my to-do list, I did not create one. I just had to try and stay calm and get through the things that were going on. Pretty obvious here that things are definitely going downhill. Happened to be going through some magazines and I found this, and it perfectly sort of covers what was going on. So I just didn't want to decorate, couldn't decorate. I popped those words down and we will leave it at that. Then, of course, that was the week my father did pass away. His favourite colour is green. So again, I'll lie, I wasn't in a decorating mood in the slightest, but I did pop down green things, and I did have this one lovely sticker that sort of represents up above, and we'll just move on from there. And then, of course, this was a very, very tough week. The following week, again, was not in a mood for doing pretty decorative journaling. That's just not what you do when you're grieving. Again, I just had some green things. This was from a Kaiser Craft sticker book. I popped that down and I left it at that. Then the next week, it is spring. It's definitely warming up a little bit. I cut these out. I can't remember where I got this from, but I'm moving shortly, so I've been going through things and throwing stuff out, and I found all sorts of interesting stuff. I found this sheet with this gorgeous planner on it, and honestly, at the moment, because I'm preparing to move, all I do is make lists and try and cross things off. And so, of course, stationery, I'm using scissors to cut tape and boxes and making lists and highlighting things. So I actually thought this was perfect for that week. And it was also very pretty, and it definitely had a hint of spring. I loved these markers. Oh, I remember now. This was a very old Cocoa Daisy free printable. Honestly, I think I've had it for 2 or 3 years. I remember now. And I don't know why I'd never used it, but I actually love doing stuff like that. I think there'll be a bit more of this sort of thing next year rather than just using standard stickers. We'll find some more creative things because I just love how that turned out. And then what have I got here? Well, now we're September. Oh, actually, I technically should stop there because we've gone into October. So October, November and December will be my last flip through for the year. But look, why not? Let's have a look. We've got a bit of Halloween happening here. Stash World was doing a little challenge, and for this week we had to use orange, so that's exactly what I did. So that's it. That is the 3 months just gone in my Hobonichi weeks. I am getting a little bit excited about changing after using this for about 4 years. I think the weeks and the beautiful white paper is just up my alley. I hope you enjoyed that. Maybe got a little bit of inspiration on how you can use other things rather than always having to invest in kits. I do find that a very expensive habit and one that I certainly don't need to follow anymore. I actually like to try and find other ways of decorating my planner without having to buy kits, because I also find that the Hobo Weeks kits are usually pretty boring. You get these side bits and things, but you don't get a lot of pretty deco, and so that's why I certainly won't be buying any more Hobonichi Weeks kits. So there we are. Hope you enjoyed that. Until next time, stay safe and stay happy and healthy. Bye for now.